Hi guys, welcome back to Welsh Wargaming. It's been my first video for I think it's a few weeks now. I just wanted to just show you some of the stuff I've been working on. Some of the stuff I painted in previous videos, which I don't think I've showed you. The Jagdpanther, the Sturm Tiger. I've also been working on. I've actually been stuck at both ends in the 19th century. I've been painting up some French for Napoleonics. And I've just started working on some British line infantry for the Anglo-Zulu War, which obviously I'm going to do on the 24th of Foot because they became the South Wales Borderers. And if anyone's watched the film Zulu, there's quite a big Welsh presence in the film, although not so much maybe on the day, but when they start singing Men of Alec, I guess goosebumps, to be honest with you. So yeah, I do enjoy that film. There's going to be a bit of camera movement around, just so I can show you various bits. I've commandeered my dining table while the wife's in work, wife's even. So I'm going to do this video and make sure it's all packed up. She comes in and it's like nothing's happened unless she watched this video. So I'll have to leave it quite tidy. So first of all, I picked up the Black Powder 2nd edition rulebook. Me and my mate Adam went half on the previous edition starter set. Oh god, year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Great box full of figures, but he had the rule book. I had half of the French, and we sort of split 50-50. So for the French army, it's a pretty good deal, to be fair. But I decided to buy this anyway, and it's a great book, to be honest with you. I wanted to show you a bit in it, but I just lost the page. But it's really nicely set out. Some really nice pictures. Some of the scenarios are great as well, I'll be honest with you. Some of the work in here is actually excellent. Some of the photos, well, it looks like real. It could be real life. So much effort's gone into this book, especially the photos. I think the Perry twins have had a lot to do with it. But fair play. I don't think our battles will ever look like that. But maybe one day. It's taken me nearly 2 years just to nearly paint up my first brigade of French, which I'll be showing you in a minute. But it's a great book, and well, basically, a couple of weeks ago I played a game. Our army's not painted, but we just wanted to have a go and see if we can get an head around the rules. And it a bit spurred me on really to paint up some of my French. It was a good game. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the actual mechanics. It really gives that feeling Napoleonics. Very rigid lines. It's a lot about movement. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Good game as always with Adam. So yeah, it's a great book. Basically, I wanted to show you a part in here about French prisoners who were sent to Britain. Which basically were told if they didn't behave, they'd be sent to Wales, which one of the French prisoners described it as the Siberia side of England, which I found quite funny, being from Wales myself. So yeah, it was. It's a great little. There's some great little snippets in here. Stuff you see that little like sort of oldish paper box, and some of them are just so funny. It's a really nicely made book. To be fair, anything which Rick Priestley has got involved in, they're always nice rule books. Especially the Wall of Aragon. I've been playing quite a bit of that, and really enjoyed that lately. So the last 2 weeks, I had a mad one and painting my French. So this is what I've done so far. The centre unit there, they came in the Warlord starter set, so did the chasseurs. I bought the cannon separate. I've got another large unit of them to paint up. Those skirmishers at the front there, they're from the Perry box. They're Perry foot infantry as well, which I've painted up in the line infantry. Nice figures. I like the Perry stuff, the plastics. It's great for Napoleonics. There's a unit of chasseurs there. They're Warlord ones. There's my colonel. There you can see him. I really like that figure. He looks like he's ready for action. So yeah, so that's what it's. It's not looking the best. You know, it's not the biggest army. But I'm glad just to have a fair bit of French painted up now. That's the thing with Napoleonics, the units are quite large, between 24 and 30 figures a unit. When, like, you know, we usually playing bolt action, you know, 30, 40 figures, that's like a whole army. Where this is just, well, it's just about a brigade, to be honest with you. I do need some more skirmishers. But basically, I can make up, I've still got another unit of line infantry from the Perry's box to do. I've got another unit of line infantry from the Warlords box to do. And these guys are just the odd ones on the sprues, which I thought they looked a bit skirmishy, so I painted them as skirmishers, basically. So, I'll be working on some terrain, some roads, some hedges. I picked up these little walls. Them houses over there was like a flat pack kit. So it's them ones in the corner there with the red roofs. They're from eBay. I bought quite a bit of MDF stuff off a guy. He's called John Banks. I can't show you today because it's in my box in my car in work. But I bought quite a lot of ruined MDF buildings for like a ruined bombed out city. I also bought like a mouse mat gaming mat as well to go with that. So I'm hoping to get a few boards together. So when we're playing our games, we've got some nice some nice scenery to play our games with, because the place we play, a lot of people play 40k. So a lot of the scenery is more bent towards 40k, which is fine. You know, you can play games on it. If you spend ages painting up a theme like a Northern Europe army, you don't really want to be running around like a sci-fi Mars desert mat, so it just don't really fit. So that's my French. So I don't know if I've actually showed you, but this is what my Jagdpanther turned out. Like, quite happy with that. Really nice kit from Rubicon. If you did watch the video, you noticed I had there was 2 hulls for different versions. There's very, very, very slightly differences on them. I'll show you in a bit. The other hull, what I've done with it, or what I am doing with it. So yeah, that's the Jagdpanther. I think that fits nice on this board. Bit of camo on it. That's the Panther. Another Rubicon kit, another brilliant kit. Really like. The only thing I would say with Rubicon kits, because they're more scaled, the actual crew that come with them are quite small compared to bow action stuff. But it doesn't really matter. I'm not too bothered about it. The next one up is the Sturm Tiger, which is there. I think when they put that camo netting on, I think they realised they're going to need a bigger one. But it looked a little bit plain. I didn't really want to go nuts with the camo, because they want many of these made, and I don't think they would have had time to tart it up with camo and stuff. I have seen them done with camo, they look pretty good. But I did Google pictures as well about camo netting. The Germans actually did have camo netting. They didn't use it very often, but they did have it. So I had some lying around. So I thought, I'll give it a go and see what it's actually worked out like. But it's pretty good stuff. It's basically like plaster scrim, and then like little cattle leaves you chuck all over it. So yeah, it's turned out pretty nice. I like it. I haven't actually used it in the game yet, because it is quite a lot of points. So there's probably about 1,600 points there of tanks for bow action, which is we do have big games, which is fun. So next up is the SKF Z7, which is the only tow that can lug around the Flak 88, which I don't know if I'll show you once I've finished it. This is a Warlord kit. Basically based it on an old CD, so the guys can I can take them off as casualties. It does come with a lot of crew, so that comes together. It's quite a lot of points to take in the game, but I think it's good fun. You know, it's a nice model. I do want to get the Rubicon kit, because the Rubicon kit comes with the trailer, and you can put it up and down as a trailer. I think that'll be really cool. I think the last video I've done was on my SAS and my LRDG. Well, I've done the LRDG Jeeps, or the trucks, or the Chevy trucks. I don't know if you can see them properly there. But these were basically 3D printed ones. So I've stuck on some green stuff, tarps, some luggage, some machine guns. I botched about with some Warlord crew that I had separate. Well, they weren't actually crew. They were spare guys off the sprues I had, which I had to chop up to try and fit the drivers. If you look too close, they probably haven't got no legs. There's a guy in the back there and a radio. So that's them. These are the buildings. I'm actually probably going to base them, so when you open the top, inside maybe like a wooden floor. it's down as a hamlet, so I have got like other little walls and stuff to go with it. I haven't painted yet, so I think I'm not far off now making a nice rural grass mat with this is just a carpet basically just cut up. So yeah, it looks like, so there's a bit of a mix on the table. There's some heavy German armour next to some chasseurs and some LRDG, so it's a bit of a mix, but I just wanted to show you just some of the stuff I've been working on. I've also acquired a Dak Army, which is half painted, which I don't usually like buying stuff which has been painted by other people, but it was such a good deal and they're all metal. I'm not quite sure where they're from. I'll have to ask Mick Reese. He's like our metal guru to go to, but a pretty sweet deal. I had basically a Dak Army, like 5 tanks, so I got another mountain of stuff to paint. But I'm getting it slowly. Like I said, I've been working on some British Line Infantry as well. I've just started them yesterday, so I'm gonna pause this, and then I'm gonna go over to my desk and I'll just show you them quick, and have a little chat with them. So yeah, thanks. What I forgot to show you is some of the terrain I've been building. These are the sort of things I've been doing for my Bombed Out City terrain. They're just bits of MDF kit which I had spare, which I put on a bit of a base and sort of rubbled it up a bit just to make some so you can actually get your guys in, and this would count as like hardcover for ruins. I wanted to look a little bit realistic, but not too much realistic, so like it's not actually playable on. Like I want to be able to get squads in there, set up little machine gun posts and stuff. So I didn't want to like, because really if you collapse building, there probably wouldn't be anywhere, it'd just be completely full up to the walls as all the ceiling fell in. So I wanted them to be a little bit gameable, but still have the feel of a collapsed building. I've done a few of these ones like this at the base, but most of them are just the MDF stood up, because when they actually stood on a mat I bought, the mat has got little cutouts where the building's supposed to go. So it really looked really nice on the board. So I will show you that another time when it's in my house. But this is what I've done with the extra hull from the Jagdpanther. I've done a sort of a buried, like blown up. I'm going to burn some holes in the side, like it's been shelled in the side and penetrated. I'm going to paint this scorch, just like being on fire. The reason why you can't see any tracks is because there is no tracks. Basically, like I said, the Jagdpanther kit comes with a spare hull which you can swap and change. There's not much difference between the two, so I've just sort of buried it in sand and stones and bits of wood and all sorts. I'll spray it all up, and then I think that'll be a nice piece on the table. A bit of German arm's been taken out. These are the Warlord Games hamlets, but I've split them up and put them on a bit of a board to spread them out a little bit. See, they are quite small, so I've got to paint them up and a bit of flock. But I think they'll go nice on this sort of table with like the grass and the mud and the crops and stuff. So yeah. So now I'll go over to my desk and I'll show you my British Line Infantry. So these are the British Line Infantry from the Anglo-Zulu War that I'm currently working on. All on their milk bottle tops. I've got another 10 to I went to cover them. I've got a 10 to paint basically, but I don't like doing too many at a time. I think 10 is about the limit of guys I'll do. When I done my Napoleon, I did 12 because it was like half a unit, but it was a bit of a push for me. I know if you watch Busy Bristol's videos, at the moment he's got like 40 Celts on his desk. I think I'd lose my mind if I had 40 guys on my desk to paint one colour after another. I just don't think I could do it. He's very disciplined like that, so fair play to him, and he's got a lot more patience than I have. But I've been enjoying doing these. Obviously, growing up, you know, every Christmas, Zulu would be on the telly. I don't really know why Christmas, but it's always a great film. Doesn't seem really not Christmas anymore if you haven't got Zulu on. But great film. Not exactly 100% accurate, but I think they made such a good film of it. I think you can let them off that a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna paint these up as the 24th of foot, with the green dashings on the sleeves and stuff like that. There's not really much. You can't really tell much of a difference in most of the regiments. except the 91st Highland Regiment. I think they wore tartan trousers. I would like to have a crack at that, to be honest with you, because it's just similar to a Piper and the Highland Regiment. I love to do a British Highland Regiment for Napoleonics, but I think painting 60 kilts at the moment, I think I got too much to do to sit there painting 60 guys in tartan. I've seen some armies and they're absolutely awesome. You know, all the Pipers and the flags, and it's like, that's what really makes Napoleonics. That's what really gets me Napoleonics a lot. You've seen that big lines of infantry with all the flags and the Pipers, and they look really great. So I think I might get another box of these, and I think I might do as the 91st Highlanders. I'll be brave, and I'll have a go at the old tartan trousers. I know Empress Miniatures does a cracking like a command like bag of models. You got the Piper and a captain in it, and Empress Miniatures are absolutely awesome. I've been looking at some Empress Miniatures for the Anglo-Zulu War, and it's just opened up another corridor into 28mm figures, to be honest with you. So I've got to reel myself in a little bit because I've got quite a bit to do. But I think once these are done, I would like to get some Zulus done, just so I've got both sides, just in case someone who don't actually want to collect the models but just wants the game, then I'd be happy to play both sides, just to get a game basically. Now Reese has moved back down to West Wales. I've got the Men Who Would Be Kings rulebook coming. We played, I think if you look on Busy Bristol's YouTube channel, we might have a little preview on there of the game we played that commemorated the 140th anniversary of Islam Dawana, and fair play to him. If you haven't seen it, go to Busy Bristles and scroll through some of it. It was quite a few weeks ago, and he do post some fair play Amazon videos out, and his Zulu collection's on there, and it's absolutely epic. The amount of figures he painted in such a short space of time, I just don't know how he done it. But fair play, he put on a game. I think 4 of us played it, and it was like a board full of British Line Infantry, tents, wagons, cannons, Zulus, then Natal native contingent, cavalry. It was amazing. It's such a good game, and it's such a nice rule set. It's really quick. It's not too complicated. Black Powder's got rules for this, for these sort of wars, and I got a few in the book. Black Powder book, they've got a few scenarios for Zulu wars and rules and infantry lists. But I don't know. I don't think Black Powder's a game to play these sort of battles in, because I know they were quite big battles. You know, you're talking thousands of troops, but with the terrain and stuff, you want really two armies on the field lined up in order against each other. It's like, it's hard to explain. It's like quite, to me, it feels like bigger skirmish games, especially the way the Zulus fought. So it really, that game for me, when we was playing it, it really felt like, you know, the British Line Infantry was really up against it. They were all in little blocks. They was in their firing lines, and I think in the Anglo-Zulu War, I think they had to stand. I think Chelmsford told them to stand like a metre out apart in a line, which to me seems a bit ropey if you got, you know, thousands of Zulus charging at you. That line could break pretty easy. But with Napoleonics, with the way it's with Napoleonics, where Black Powder plays, where things are sort of, the base represents armies, I just don't think it feels quite right for Zulu wars. It's great for Napoleonics, you know, don't get me wrong, but I think it's not as skirmishy as some of the games out there. There might be other rules that do it better, but I've only played the Men Who Will Be Kings, which is, I picked it up from £7 on eBay for the book, for like the rule book, which is like, you know, it's penny compared to some rule books, £30 odd like. So I can't wait for that to come. I'm hoping there's some reference material in it, because I've been looking online, and there's, for the uniforms at the time, there's so many different pictures of, sometimes they got white helmet, sometimes they got white helmet, like a creamy coloured helmet. I don't know if I was because they were weathered. Some they look black trousers, they look blue. So what I've done is I've done these, I'm just going for the base colours at the moment, but I've done them a dark blue, and then what I've done is I'm going to wash them with a dark wash, and I've tested it on one, and it looks pretty good. I think that with a little highlight and then the red stripe on the trouser, I think it won't be far off nail then. But yeah, I had these actually off Reese, off Busy Bristles. He actually sent me a box a few months ago now, of Warlord plastics, because he got his armies, a lot of his Empress metals, so he must have a right few quid's worth of metals, because I think all his British line infantry are metals, which is I think they're like £7 for 4. If you think how many he actually painted, I think he got 40 odd, plus the cannons, plus the artillery, and the horses and the cavalry and the bits and bobs he got. He must have spent a right few quid on them. But it is a nice collection, and I'd highly recommend you go to his channel if you don't follow him and have a look, because some of the stuff he does, and he bangs out miniatures, it's unreal. I wish I could paint that fast. I think my backlog's bad, but he really knocks out armies. I gotta be fair to him. But yeah, so thanks for listening to me rambling on. I haven't done a video for a bit. I've got loads of stuff in boxes still, which I suppose I'll be showing you one video at a time, or if you want to see something specific, just comment. I've still got a few tanks to make. I got a Rubicon Panzer IV. I got the Rubicon Panzer IV, the new one he brought out, which is the J, I think it was. I got my DAC metals. If you want to see, I really want to do a battle report, but at the moment finding a day when me and someone else is free and is where we play is quiet is basically turning out nearly impossible, because basically the only day that's probably best to do it is a Sunday, and I work most Saturday nights, so I'm not really in the frame of mind to do a 4.5 hour game after working a 12-hour night shift. But I'm hoping once I got enough stuff to do with the table and that, I really would like to do some more battle reports. And I was saying to Reese, I think if he could bring down a Zulu collection, me, him and Martin, I think that would make a really good battle report, because he got some stunning figures, and it's a really good game. But I'd like to do a black powder one as well. That's a little bit slower. You'd have to be a bit patient to watch that, and then you probably watch us botching the rules, because we've only had we've only had one game in New Edition, and we've only had 2 games in the last edition. I don't think much has changed, but if you're a die-hard black powder fan, you probably watch it and cringe while we're smashing our way through the rules. But I'd also like to do a bow action as well, because they've got so much bow action painted, especially Germans, and we've got new players now with new painted armies. I need like 4 or 5 players again. So and I think it'd be really nice if I could get Martin's Russians on the channel, because Martin's Russians, he's done a cracking job on his Russians, and it's a shame if no one sees them. If you follow me on Instagram, I think there might be a few pictures on there I put up of our battles. It's the same as this Welsh Wargame. If you do want to have a look if you use Instagram, it's a lot easier to put photos of our battles and actual battle reports. I think the last time we done one, it won the best, but I think it took us like 5 hours to keep going over and stuff and making sure we're doing things right, because we don't want to mess things up on YouTube. But thanks for watching and listening to my absolute ramble. But I just wanted to show you some stuff that I've been working on, just so you know that I am still here and doing stuff, that I haven't forgot. That I think my wife maybe thinks that I've got too much, but I don't think an army's ever finished. I get to a point with my German bow action, I'm thinking, I don't really need anything now. And then Rubicon released like 6 new model kits, and it's just like, oh yeah, I need some obscure German vehicle that I probably never use. But I'm looking thinking, that'd be really cool in my cabinet. So, but I did persuade her that if I could have another glass cabinet, which she reluctantly agreed to. We entered negotiations, I like to call it. I got a new cabinet, and she got a new settee. So I think I came out on top of them negotiations, if you want to shoot. But yeah, so thanks for listening, and happy hobbying.